millions and millions who have been abused, who are being abused, who have no earthly idea what to do and how to deal with that situation. So in the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th chapters of John, this is where Jesus said to his disciples, love one another. And so instead of taking a passage of scripture in this message and expounding it,
I tried a live stream with the GoPro when I was at the dollar store. It wouldn't let me say I need 50 subscribers. What? No, I don't.
People who have been abused, and some people would term abuse different things. For example, if someone is just criticized, they say, well, you have abused me.
So that means I gotta hook the GoPro up before, I start to.
Now, when we think about abuse and we think about how people respond to it, people respond to it in all different ways. And some people will live all of their lives and never even question whether they have been abused or not. They will somehow wonder what's going on inside of them and never be able to.
Like I said, you don't have to go to church.
They have been abused but never had the courage to face up to it.
See?
People, especially
I love this guy.
Early in life, they cover it up. They keep it covered because they're embarrassed, not realizing that when this happens, cannot cover those abuses. And so when we think about
good morning. It's February the 11th. 11:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Whereas abuse has nothing to do with a person's behavior. It has to do with something on the inside of the abuser.
Yeah, see, I got my socks on. Here's the kitty cat socks.
Fear, bitterness, resentment.
How you doing this morning, my flying friend?
It attaches itself or
I tried to live stream from my GoPro when I was at the dollar store. I'm still learning about that. Okay, smart aleck. I can smell you didn't take a bath last night. I can smell you all the way here to Indiana. How you like those apples? And I tried to live stream on my GoPro, and it wouldn't let me. I got home, I gave it a try. There was no problem. So now, if I go live stream on my GoPro, I'm going to have to do it before I leave the house. I don't know what happened, but, I'm still learning. I had that GoPro probably not quite a week. I'm still learning. We had a tornado come through, today's Sunday, maybe Saturday morning around 4 o'clock. They said it was an EF1. About a mile south of me, or about a mile south of County Line Road. I'm thinking it's maybe Beagle Club Road. I'm not sure. I don't pay that much attention. They had trees down, power lines down. The train track is about maybe 50 feet, maybe 75 feet. And they had a bunch of trees on the train tracks, which I guess RMC, the state highway, had to contact CXX to remove those trees. So it's kind of, we didn't get our lights back on until maybe 11 or 11:30 a.m., I think, when it was.
challenged
But
in ways
I
that
decided to go out East County Line Road. I went out to East County Line Road to, I think it was Underwood Road. I turned right on Underwood Road,
and I'm
and there was trees down out there, and people had trees in their yard uprooted.
before she would have allowed that.
I went to the end of Underwood. Hey, settle down, kids.
I was a teenager, and I
And when I got to the stop sign, I turned right,
being choked, and knowing that if I had the
and I'm guessing it's Beagle Club Road. I know there's a little farm right there next to the Rebel tracks,
loading my gun at night and
and the state highway want to know if I want to go right or left. I point to my left 'cause I want to go towards Henryville to see what damage was done that way. They had lights in Underwood. They had lights on at Scott County.
there were no seminars, nobody to tell me how you.
And they didn't get the lights on here until
I was not the only member that.
probably around 11:30. I had a few small limbs in my yard, but not compare the rest of the people. And I was coming back up 31 from Henryville. There was a tree that uprooted and was on the person's house, but I don't know how bad a damage it done. But
Because you see, all of us have a tape in our mind, and that tape has on it all the things that you and I
back
began with from the time of
over 5 years ago,
and either we recognize
probably in
identify
2018,
or we
17.
thank God. Thank
Hey, settle down. Alexi, leave Wildcat alone.
that I don't have any of that hostility and anger, bitterness, resentment left over from things that happened to me.
Man, these cats sometimes act like they're in their terrible twos.
Compared
No, while I was at the General Dollar Store, I got me one of those
horrible abuse
containers of ham. I wanted 2 of them,
treated them. And the way people have
but they only had one. They had that other one that, what is it, the hickory smoke? I don't like that too well.
to understand.
And Pepsi Cola, they're falling down on their job.
I want to give you a number of things, and you may just jot them down, and you may not
The
need
people in the dollar store said, you need to put Pepsi Zero
someone who does.
in the coolers up here.
Someone who does. You have a friend who does. I
You know,
guarantee
people likes to go in, when they shop, they see Pepsi Zero or something like that,
that that's the problem.
and they get it. They told them for the last 3 cotton picking weeks.
Can't ever be satisfied walking out of
No wonder the Pepsi fell down on the quarter, They're not doing their jobs. But not having Pepsi Zero in the General Dollar Store and the Family Dollar Store, Walmart in Scottsburg, Indiana, they're falling down. If you don't keep it stocked, how you all expect to make any money?
There is no pat answer as to what
So
to do in an abusive
that's
situation.
what makes me mad.
Abuse is not the same. All of it is not motivated the same way. And so to say to somebody, well, just
You know,
get out, that is not always the
When I was younger,
Some people will use
I used to drink the other soft drink when it was
or to escape
a good Coke.
talking about
But what is it, FDA or something made them take some ingredients out of it. I didn't get high. I didn't act silly or nothing like that. But
say to that person this
I think the only place you can get a Coke like that is in Mexico. You might find a few of them that made it into the USA, but
just leave. Not you can't say that to everybody. For the simple
But
reason
it's cold outside. I don't know how cold it is, but it's too cold for this old man.
will never tell you to do anything that
Oh.
violates the living word of God. Secondly, pray for the abuser. Pray for the abuser. You say, well, I prayed and prayed and prayed. Nothing has happened. Well, let me give you something specific to pray for. If I had known this when I was a kid growing up, I would have known how to better to respond to my stepfather, but I didn't know this. And that is, pray for God to show you what motivates that person to act the way they act. Why does that person
that preacher had.
they treat someone else and try to injure them?
That's how come I asked God for help.
I went to see my stepfather, and they lived
I thanked him this morning
they lived together.
that I live another day.
So I went to see him to ask him to forgive me
But
for
he
my
has something planned for us.
because I'm sure I responded.
You know, I could do more if I was rich.
And so I went to ask him to forgive me. I sat on a cross.
I can make my life better.
My name, and I said, I just need to ask you to forgive me for some
And
things.
I helped some people out.
Let me finish. I never accused him of anything. I just said, I need to ask you to forgive me.
I go to the local veterinarians and donate them some money to have cats and dogs where they could be fixed and not have any babies.
It just came out. It's not something he intended to tell
And also include the shots for the dogs and cats. That's one thing I like to do,
I
but
told my father I want to go to college.
I only spend maybe $4 a month on the Powerball and make $1 million.
I had to work on the farm. He wouldn't let me get off. He wouldn't let me go anywhere.
You know,
He just made me work every day.
I kind of like to
I
help
just left.
people,
I just
but
picked up my little stuff and I left.
you know, when you ain't got the money, you can't do it.
In some little podunk restaurant somewhere.
You know, if you need a shirt, you know, like that, I give you a shirt.
Because his father wouldn't let him become
Pants, you know, unless you wear a size 44 and length around 29 to 30, I can give you a pair of breeches, you know. I would do that.
It's like a volcano. Ultimately, it's coming out.
You know, if it was summertime,
He just spewed it on
you know, if there was a homeless person, if they got a tent, they could tent out there where I got the hot water heater and the old TV and some doors from my ice box and
That's what happens.
stuff like that. But, you know,
Resentment, hostility, and anger is on the inside of you. And let me say this. If
one thing I'd probably do if I was to hit a lotto,
going to hurt and destroy,
I think my son got me pretty talked into a Jeep.
you are destroying.
I know back in my younger days, Jeep had a Jeep pickup truck. Oh, that thing drove good. Because the gas station that I worked at, he used it for a service truck, you know, to
The third thing I would suggest is this, and that is not to
change, you know, flat tires and stuff like that, or bring you gasoline.
Here's what God did. God wanted to correct my
So
life.
I kind of like that.
And so he caused my parent or my son or my daughter to abuse me.
But
Listen to me carefully. God never, under any circumstance,
if I could afford it, didn't have to make any more payments,
any kind of abuse. That is not
I would love to have a Jeep Gladiator
He says,
with a standard transmission,
build up one another and care for one another
kind of blue.
and be patient with one another and submit to one another.
I don't remember what kind of blue, but my 73 Monte Carlo, when I bought that in 73,
Person who is being abused.
that's my first and last new vehicle. What I consider new, got 0 miles on it.
No, God will take advantage and he will use
And
it to allow him to
you know, a pickup truck, what they going for?
never the cause. He is never the instigator.
I don't need a pickup truck like, you know, a new pickup truck.
That is not the purpose to plan the will.
I'd rather make my payments on the house instead of a truck.
Forgive the abuser. Now,
Back in the 60s and 70s, you could buy a brand new pickup truck for $2,000 to $3,000, maybe $5,000.
treated the way I have. That's absolutely true. I'm sure that's
The only thing I can buy cheap,
emotional, physical, or sexual damage.
you know, they're not advertisement people, is Kia. You can get a new one for around $15,000 to $25,000.
Bitterness, listen
and I hear a train go whistle blow.
is worse than a cancer on the inside.
So,
Unforgiving spirit.
but I wish if anybody from Kia is out there, why can't you come up with a little pickup truck, maybe a extended cab? Rear wheel drive, something like an S10 or a Ford Ranger. I might think of getting something like that, but you see what those Ford Rangers and S10 going for? Nope, I can't afford that either. If I could hit the lotto, then I could afford it. What would I get? A Ford, Chevy, GMC, Dodge, I want, gasoline or diesel. I want to get the one that gets the best fuel mileage in gas or diesel. Diesel fuel in southern Indiana is about, what is it, $2.99, $3.99, somewhere. I think it's $2.99. And people, if you want to look at gas prices on your cell phone, either the iPhone or Android, go to your App Store or Apple Store, download Gas Buddy. Then you set it up for your area. That way you can keep up on your gas prices. Some places up there in Scottsburg, Indiana, which is about the, I think, 29-mile marker on I-65. They raised the gas the other day 30 cents. And to me, that is price gouging. Why don't the Indiana Attorney General or Attorney General in your state get them for price gouging? It's only my opinion. People, think about it. Wouldn't they make more money if the fuel prices is low? I would say yes, because then they can fill up. But I know a husband and wife who's working, they both have to work to survive. But if they would fuss and file a complaint with their Attorney General office in their state and tell them it's price gouging, they could fine them. Kentucky had a Kentucky Attorney General, which he's the governor of Kentucky, which I don't think much of that yahoo, but, that's my opinion. And he got them on price gouging. But I believe of all 50 states, their Attorney General of each state would get him on price gouging. The gas and diesel fuel would go down. I know there's a whole lot of people on YouTube that's way smarter than me, got college degrees, got master, bachelor degrees. You know that diesel fuel and kerosene is a leftover product. Diesel fuel and kerosene should not be that high, but it is. Farmers needs it. If you use kerosene for your house or fuel oil, you got to keep warm. People, I lived in the city of Charlestown for 60-some odd years. And I moved out in the country, but in the city you had natural gas. You had water and sewage, garbage pickup. Out here in the country where I live in Clark County, Indiana, the northern part of Clark County, close to a tornado, if you go back and check the national news, either 16, 17, somewhere in there, they had a big tornado. I think that was an EF1 that came through Henryville, Charlestown, and places like that, and destroyed the Henryville High School, like that. But living out in the country, I'm still learning. I've been here a little bit over 5 years. You got a septic tank, and people who's thinking of moving out to the county, remember, TP goes in the garbage can next to your toilet. And women products does not go in the toilet. Men, your raincoat does not go in the toilet. Also, baby wipes does not go in the toilet. You also got to drop in Rid-X that, dissolves everything. Will it dissolve paper? Well, any of you that got a motor home and stuff like that, it's thin toilet paper. It might dissolve something like that. And, that's something to think about. Country life, where I live, there's no street lights. No lights on the county roads. Only complaint I got, when you coming down to the end of a county road and make a turn on the other road, I like to see a street light tell you it's the end of it. Would it cost the county a little bit more? Maybe. But what is a person's life worth? That's something to think about. You can have chickens out there in the country, but check your local ordinance, to be on the safe side. You could have cows, pigs, goats. I showed you the property to the west of me. That's probably an acre or two more of ground. I would love that, but I don't think Dan the man would sell it, but I don't have the money. He got the back 40, which that's probably 10 to 20 acres. I gotta wait until summertime. It's just too cold to walk back there and show you the pond. I would use my GoPro to do that instead of my cell phone. It has a pond back there. If I had it, I cut a bunch of trees down around that pond and on the other side of it where you could see it. And that way the geese and ducks can fly in there and have a place to settle down. Sometimes there's deer back there. I got to get me another salt block. I guess this one block I bought back in 2022, I think. I had all kinds of deer. They come down walking down the road. I'd be sitting in the chair. They, like they wasn't afraid of me. And they get there where the little birds would dump the corn and stuff out for the bigger birds. They're really too big to get in the bird feeder. So nature helps out the other animals. That deer, they're eating corn and look at me. Did I decide to go over and pet them? No. And I talked to that deer. I said, I'm your buddy. I said, dear, I'm not going to hurt you. If you want to come over here where I can pet you. He started to walk, and he decided to go a little bit around me. Went back there on the south side of my house and ate around. And he went to the back 40 up there to find some persimmon things back there. But, man, I would love to go back there and get me some persimmons off of them trees, but I don't do it. But I don't know how to fix that persimmon pudding. Mr. Yoakum, I bet you like persimmon pudding. I bet your mom or grandma used to fix it all the time, put it on your plate, put a little whipped cream or Cool Whip on it. Oh, that just melts in your mouth. That's what I miss about, living in the city of Charleston. I had this older woman, and she was a Jehovah's Witness. I took care of her cats, took her trash out on Wednesday and bring it back on Thursday. That's how my dad taught me. Be polite to the people. And, it was a little persimmon tree back there, but she fixed me some persimmon pudding with whipped cream on it. I guess maybe gave me 4 or 5 pieces of it. When I saw her the next day, I said, Miss Pelcher, where'd you learn how to cook like it? He said, what? I said, it tastes like my mother's and my grandma's cooking. That made that old little lady head, really grow, got big. Then she told her daughter, granddaughter, and her son, couldn't believe it. But I haven't, that's the last time I had persimmon pudding. I haven't really talked to my neighbors about it, but that's okay. I don't need it. I like to keep my weight that is. So this month I bought 2 pairs of blue jeans, 38 around the waist and about 30. I'd rather have 29 because sometimes my shoes kind of low to the ground. If I wore my combat boots, I'd be a little bit higher up in the air. 30s would be okay, but 30 will be okay. But next month, I will buy 2 pair of 36. I haven't been 36 probably over 60 years. I know when I graduated high school, I was 38 around the waist and 185 pounds. Now I'm 185.2 until I go to the doctor the next time. That won't be until summertime. So everybody, I hope you have a good Sunday afternoon. Yoakum, I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you don't work too hard, but everybody has to work to survive. If you're married, I hope you two get along. And, I'm too old, but I remember, arguing growing up with different families. I've seen abuse going on. But parents, you yell at the other one, your kids are going to see it. Then when they get to the point where they get married, they think that's what they're supposed to do. Everybody gets along. I asked people who have been married 20, 30, 40, 50 years, I said, how did you all stay together? They said, we talked, we compromised, we worked things out. I believe that's what it takes. People said, will you get married? Even my daughter said that. No, I might live with them, but, is probably the one I would do. Getting married, you don't know how it's going to turn out. I worked awful hard to buy my first house. I got my own checking account, got my own savings account now, because if anybody sends me a cashier's check, money order, or post office money order, I can put it into my savings account. And you all know, if somebody pays you with a check, you have to leave it in your account unless it's written on the same bank. But otherwise, you have to wait till that check clears your bank. So that's how come I opened up a savings account. People, be wary of leaf filter gutters. They taking advantage of senior citizens. And I tell you a story. They supposed to put everything up on December the 1st. I canceled it in November. Well, my ex-wife, my son's mother, was dying of cancer. Had to take him down there to see his mother. In case she was to die that night. That was on December the 1st. 5 days later, she passed away with cancer. Okay, people, I tell you something, but I don't think my brother's brother did what he said he did, but he was told not to do that. You got hospice comes in, or hospice, or whatever you call them, come in. They have to check all the medicine, count every medicine, write it down, because they know the medicine that the person who got cancer has. Supposedly, my brother's son told them to take him to Walgreens. The way I understand it, hospice has to report it to the police to verify, but he's known as a drug addict and alcoholic. So, people, don't get rid of that medicine, because hospice comes in to take care of your loved ones who's dying of cancer. They got all the medicine. I know they tell you, so when the person passed away, we come back, do an inventory of it, and we take the medicine. I guess you say stepson, I wasn't married to his mother then. He was told twice by them and me. I know what happened. He took him, probably sold him. And yesterday, it's either Jeffersonville police or Clarksville police. I don't know if they was out on a warrant service, because I heard him talking about that until I heard him mention his name. Found out he'd been driving all these years without no driver's license. He had a Florida ID, which this is public information. If they arrest him or not, I don't know, because I don't know if Clark County Sheriff, you can go to their website and look up who's been booked in, like you can Scott County, Indiana. But Clark County used to have what they call mobile patrol. You would see who got arrested. For some reason, Sheriff Jamie Knoll done away with it. So, why, I don't know. I'm not a computer person or something, so I don't know. Maybe there's a a problem with it interfering with the other computers. I don't know nothing about that.
14, myself and 113, 1041, working as one unit en route to McNeely and 56.
McNeely and 56. I don't know where that is. I know it's in Scott County somewhere on 56. I don't know if it's east or west of Scottsburg. See, that shows you how much I don't know. I know Boatman Road, when it floods and they have wrecks, it's west of Scottsburg.
Dispatch 15 mile position, Hardy Lake Road and Terry Road.
I guarantee you, I don't know if you've been watching the news, Jarrett. Hey, it was on the news. Well, I got this app on my phone, from the TV station. His daughter, she was getting paid $50,000 to $70,000 a year to be his assistant. She had a credit card. I guess that's one of the top dog credit card makers, American Express or something like that. Like that. Well, time the IRS done the audit of the fire department, the ambulance service, New Chapel ambulance service, found out she stole $100,000 from the Utica Fire Department for makeup, have her fingernails worked on, take a vacation, clothes. So I'm expecting the special prosecutor to file charges against her for theft. I like Jamie No's brother-in-law. He's a good deputy sheriff, which his sister is married to that no good yahoo. But he was Jamie's number 2 deputy. He was the chief deputy until Jamie decided to put Scotty Maples in it. But I'm expecting them to come down and get on Scotty Maples too. No matter he reported it, but he had to know what's going on. Because all of them deputies, as anybody knows, they got credit cards that they only supposed to use for gasoline. I don't know if they still got gasoline at the county garage on 403 or not, which to me that would be cheaper because you don't have to pay road tax. Plus, the gas is cheaper what you can get at the gas pumps. I don't know if they do that. I know all the state police officers, they got gasoline cards for that certain police vehicle they driving. But I know they still got gas pumps at the Salzburg post, which people don't know is District 45, which is Salzburg at the 9-mile marker. Besides that, why would you cheat on your wife and have a son with this lady? I'm expecting them probably look into her too. And, when they went to court for child support, them records are sealed. But I guess somebody ratted out to the state police and got a court order. They had that on the news. You can find that, people. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and type in Jamie No. And it'll come up with the local TV media. It'll talk about, they charge him with 15 counts. Now they added 10 more charges, so that he's a total of 25 charges. His wife is charged with 10 charges, tax evasion, and I forget what others, But why would someone cheat on your wife? Why would a sheriff anywhere in the state of Indiana? I tell you, back, Jared, you remember when Buddy Parker was the sheriff, which he used to be the chief of police of Jeffersonville. We got to be good friends. The first year, you know what a sheriff made in salary. Well, the first year, he cleared $1 million. So is that his budget? No, that's not his salary. A sheriff in Indiana gets a percentage of it. If you file for divorce, he gets a percentage of that. On taxes, that. Protective orders and eviction. That's where he gets his money. But why would that idiot steal that money? He makes over $1 million a year. That's back when Buddy Parker was sheriff. That was probably 10 to 20 years ago. So why would you want to do crap? State police officers got a bad reputation of, going out on their wives. Had a few of them that growed up. And I don't know if I ever told that story, but they had this one state trooper. His name was Burr or something like that. I think John Burr or something. He was a racist cop. I was out one night around Charleston, but out in the country, riding around drinking and all that. Somebody saw me out there that was parking with some girls doing their things just like I was doing. Well, this Burr guy pulled up, knocked on my door. Legally, by law, he broke the law. I was under 18 years old, maybe 16, 17. My mom was home. Did I have my parent or legal guardian? No. He had a post office inspector with him. He said, somebody saw you out there on so-and-so road. He said, what were you doing out there? I said, I was drinking. Since I knew he was a racist cop, I said, I was out there with a good-looking African-American lady, just doing my good deed for the day of making more kids. Oh, he got peed-oed. And don't touch my door, don't do this, and so on. And I told him, I said, you violated my civil rights without me having my legal guardian or a parent. When Dad got home from work, he called the state police post there on Highway 62 where it used to be. And we went down and talked to the lieutenant and filed a complaint. Also, he was following me every place I went. He got in trouble on a complaint of being a racist cop. It kind of took over. I don't think too long after that, I think he either resigned or retired. But we had some other good state troopers who was black. They didn't allow women. He was against women on the state police and against colored people on the state police. I met a whole lot of African-American state troopers and women troopers. They are very polite. So I want to thank you, good police officer, that use good judgment, that know the First Amendment rights. And I want to thank your lady police officers and troopers. I know the times you can't be good because there's a few people that act like a-holes. I can understand, but all police officers, no matter where you're at in the United States, remember the First Amendment. People have the right to record in public places. That means sidewalks and public buildings. Remember, people, do you all get on the news media when they film in public or inside the courthouse, but not in a courtroom? That's up to the judge. But see, you violated people's civil rights. That's how come, people, if you don't know, you heard me mention his YouTube channel for public safety. Chris and Tiffany, his girlfriend, she has her own YouTube channel. Go up there to public safety. He's exposed corruption. And he done some on Clark County, LMPD, which is Louisville Metro Police Department over in Kentucky, and all that. And he been down into Meade County, but he's not doing too much talking about it, because he had filed lawsuits against Clark County and federal lawsuits. Since today's Sunday, for public safety, he'll probably go live since today's Sunday. Maybe, I'm thinking it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think, but you need to go up there and look at what he's trying to do. He lives in Indiana. I believe Harrison County is coordinary, if I'm right. I'm not sure. I got a pea brain up here. Younger, this good brain was very smart back when I was younger. But I had two doctors that says what I had is inherit Alzheimer's. You can inherit. I've never heard any on my real mom or dad's family ever talking about that since I'm adopted. So I knew on my real dad's side they had high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. But they died between 62 and 65, between 60 and 65. I'm 70 plus years, so I passed that up because God has something planned for me. I wish you hurry up. It'd help if I would have, could hit the lotto, because I would build on my house. I would, if I hit the millions of dollars, I had to find somebody special that could raise my house up so high, then dig out underneath it and put a basement in, then set it back down and take the roof off of it and add it on like this part of the house, which would be the east side, built onto it. Maybe I would have to build on that side for a garage. I don't know, because if I go out 10 feet to the west of my kitchen, then put a garage, then it'd be kind of hard to get to my septic tank unless I put a back door in my garage where they can run the hose through the back door to my septic tank. But, make my house a little bit bigger. Right now, I guess you would classify my house as a tiny house, around 600 square feet. I think it's 640 square feet, so I guess it would be classified as a tiny house. I would love to have a basement. Because I would move my bed down to the basement. Put me a little room in the basement for, your computer room, CB radio room, and maybe have a big TV screen in there, maybe to play video games or have a gaming computer. That's my dreams, but, everybody got dreams. That's one thing I would have to do, if I was rich. Probably pay my house off except for $10,000 of it. I would pay everything off except $10,000. Or maybe 15, because you hit the lotto, that means your house payment will go up. That's okay. It'll give me good credit, because people, if you're smarter than me, explain it to me. When you pay off something before you're supposed to, how come them credit places takes 46 points away from you? It don't make no sense. I know I'm not smart. I'm dumb in some things. I admit it. And I don't understand, why would they take that many points away? Because you paid it off early. To me, I think it'll help your credit report. The Competitive Credit Bureau, as long as you keep having stuff on credit, it jacks your credit score off. But instead, when you pay it off, it knocks your credit score down. So that's something to look at, people. And if you're smarter than me, let me know. Explain it to me. Explain it where a dummy would know that. I'm not really dumb, but there's things I can't comprehend. Back 20, 30 years ago, when I got on Social Security and SSI, Social Security sent me to 20 psychiatrists. Why, I don't know. And I guess they're trying to find one psychiatrist that was different. They all said the same thing. I had a low IQ. It's somewhere between 62 and 64, in that range. It's low range, not retarded range, but, there's things that I know and some things I don't know. That's how come I ask you all to explain it to me. I have to read it maybe 20 or 30 times before it gets up here. And just like I tried to live stream from my GoPro, it wouldn't let me connect. It says I need 50 subscribers. Man, I got way over that. But I got back home, bam, it hooked up right away. But up there, since I was away from home, it wouldn't let me do that. So now, that means if I go live streaming on my GoPro, that I have to do it before I leave the house. People who got GoPros out there, or GoPro people, or the GoPro company. Why did that happen? The dollar store is about 3 to 6 miles north of me. I have my cell phone. I brought everything up, connect to it, went down to the live stream, click on YouTube, and I hit start. Then I pop up and says I need 50 subscribers. Man, if you're using my cell phone, I got YouTube on my cell phone. Why did it say I need 50 subscribers? Is there something wrong with GoPro software? That's one thing I wish GoPro would do. Update the software where I can use Prism Live Studio. That way I can live stream more than one. All I do is, Prism Live, and bam, it pop up, and I'd be on Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. I know people said you can do this and that on Prism Go or GoPro. You can go up, but when you do that, it pops up all this other stuff you have to add in. People, let me tell you something. I don't know how to do that. Unless you live close to me and show me how to do it, then I probably could do it. As right now, I can't do that. That's how come GoPro need to do something for us old people. I know GoPro is a young person's stuff. Us senior citizens, we do some things, on the go. We go walking. They play cards. They go to the grocery store. We need a capability to do the things that we like to do. You need to have it where we could do stuff like it and understand it. And another thing, GoPro, those manuals you come with it, my eyes is good. But when you have to get a magnifying glass and it's too fine a print, you need to blow it up a little bit. I know that's a little bit of money, but think of us old people. I don't know if I'm the first one or maybe the 100th one, but you got to fix stuff up where we can understand it. Have the software that we can understand. Like you live stream. I don't see like a Prism Live Studio or what's that other one? OBS Studio, like that. I don't see TikTok. I don't see Instagram. Why can't you add that stuff to your software? I'm on Instagram, but can I do it on Prism Live? I know people told me how to do it, but I'm not that smart. Because it'd be nice if we could live stream on more. Like here I see on GoPro, you can do live stream on YouTube, or it has to be Instagram or that. Why can't you update people who knows how to get in contact with GoPro? Or maybe you work for GoPro. I love it. I love it, but it's hard for a senior citizen to understand it. And that manual, for us old people, I say it's hard for young people to read it. It's so small print. So what I like to see an upgrade, and fix it where it be easier for us old people. I promote the GoPro 12 Black that I got, but I also put you all down because it's too complicated for an old man. A young person can figure it out. But somebody over 65 and not up and all these computer things, cell phones, this and that, you know. We asking your people at GoPro or Prism Live Studio or OBS, you know, add some more stuff to it, like TikTok, Instagram, where we can combine it into one feed. I like to see that. And same thing if you GoPro, I need to have you fix it up where like Prison Live Studio, because there's a whole lot of people that use Prison Live. Some of them use OBS, you know, but I've watched a whole lot of YouTubers that's using Prison Live Studio. I like that. I have played around with OBS, but out of the two, I have to go with Prism Live Studio because that's a little bit easier to understand. And GoPro, can you help us old people out? I know you sell to the younger people because they on their bicycles. GoPro, there's old people that ride their bicycles. And there's old people that ride motorcycles. The old people ride horses. So think of us old people. That'd probably get you to sell more GoPros. You got to bring the manual up where us old people can read it. And also, I like to see you add an app in your Prism thing, you know, like you go live, like Prism Live. What is GoPro Live? I can't find out what that means. Does that mean it's streamed to other channels, or does that mean it's streamed to all of them on there? I said, nobody has explained it to me. I haven't found anything on the GoPro site that you all tell me, GoPro tech site about that. So if somebody could explain it to me, what does GoPro in that live place, you know, where you got YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, you know, need that explained to me some more. I was out in the car earlier, but my GoPro wouldn't go live, you know, I guess because I wasn't close to the Wi-Fi at home, but since that Bluetooth to my cell phone, it should pick up my YouTube. It says I need 50 subscribers. You know, GoPro, you know, I'm learning on it. I forgot to get something. I want to get me a notepad. That's one thing I went there to get for Tuesday, but I guess I have to. Well, I'll go tomorrow and get me a notebook. Probably don't need it. I'll probably have to buy two. I want to get the yellow paper and I guess a regular notepad, you know, 8x10 sheet for jury duty. Or maybe a little small yellow one could take notes. But I just got a feeling I get there, I'm going to get dismissed. That's okay. But if you sit there and watch a video on how jury trials go, they have to pay you. So, you know, but I don't know how this judge runs a court, but you know, if you've never been on a jury, how you know what to do? So, you know, that's something to think about. But any of you that has a GoPro, you know, what does that Go Live GoPro means in your live category? Does that mean by going live on GoPro, it sends it out to all the streams? I can't find nowhere about it anywhere what the heck that means. I guess I can type it into my search engine and see what that tells me. Or I can try that and see, but I know when I got back home, I brought it up and I went live on YouTube. But what? Because I was, you know, at home. But now I've learned if I go live on my GoPro, that means I have to go live before I go where I'm going. So, you know, it's weird. I know they do. That's weird. But like I say, they're not rookies. They know what they're doing. They got somebody there that knows what they're doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, people. So I just don't know. I figure that's what they're using in those NASCARs, the GoPros. But it's set up, I guess it's set up by NASCAR where they can go into the TV places or something. So they control that. So, you know, they got over 100 subscribers on YouTube. So people, I'm learning. I'm a rookie to GoPro. Some of you can contact me in the comments. Let me know I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Hey, your son's smarter than I am. But when I clicked on it, when I was at the dollar store, it says I need 50 subscribers. I got over 80 subscribers, so why wouldn't it connect? You know, it don't make no sense. If somebody can, or maybe because I was close to the dollar store, or, I don't know. I don't understand this. As far as electronics, I'm done. I'm old school. I don't understand this stuff. But I guess if your son using it, he got a cable in it, plug it into his cigarette lighter. Them batteries don't last. Man, I don't want to have company today. My nose is itching. I don't count your Alex as company. You live here. You don't count as company. So probably for lunch, I got to wash my arm and shave my arm, make sure there ain't no hair on it, and put my new Freestyle sensor on. So, you know, but I don't know, but I'm going to ask, I might have to get on a GoPro site and ask him, I said, look, what am I doing wrong? when I'm at home, if I go live streaming, I have no problem. When I get 6 miles away from home, it says I need 50 subscribers. I do that after a while. I know there's people smarter than me. Did you get a hold of his girlfriend last night? I know they was talking about warrant service. Then I heard his name mentioned. I don't know if they had a warrant on him or warrant on somebody else. I didn't really listen to. And, I didn't know what, I heard something about a warrant service. Then maybe a minute or two later, I heard his name mentioned. Then they ran his name and all that and found out he had an ID from Florida. I know they said something. I don't know if they had a warrant or what, but I'm not sure on that. But him driving his girlfriend around, driving his mom around with no driver's license, it's weird. But you get caught sooner or later, people. You need insurance on your vehicle. To get insurance on your vehicle, you need a driver's license. Then the insurance company will do a driver's license check on you. It's hard to understand how people get by with it. Some states, if your insurance get canceled, if you don't pay it, they will send it to the DMV that your insurance has been canceled or expired. I know people does it. But if you drive it, and have a wreck, you probably get blamed. I know who you are, but I wasn't going to tell on you. I've always had insurance. Except when I was a young kid, I drove other people's car. Or if I'm in a gas station, help to pull a car into the rack or something. But you was covered under the gas stations. Except I wasn't getting paid to work there, so that'd be a catch-22. So, hey, Gina, ask your son, what am I doing wrong? Tell him I got an iPhone SE Series 3. I got the app on my phone, which is, Quick App? A Quick App, whatever they call it. It works when I'm at home. But you know where the dollar store is because you passed it when you went to the dirt track. I turned my GoPro on, then I had my app and I hit it. Then bring it up where I can go live, and I click, to start it. Then it pops up, I need 50 subscribers. It don't make any sense. I can use it at home. I can have it come live when I'm at home. But I couldn't go live 5 or 6 miles up the road in front of the dollar store. I need somebody to explain it for a dummy to understand. So, I think I do some housework I hate to tear my bed down because the kitty cat won't have no place to sleep. Take all the covers off of it and take my mattress cover off and wash that. That's to keep the flies and everything off of your mattress. That needs to be washed. That would have to go out there in the hallway and put my other mattress cover on, zip that up, and take my bed frame out there with Mr. Clean and wash that all down and come back in here and sweep everything, put it in the garbage, mop it with, I guess, Dawn dishwasher to kill any fleas and stuff it might be. But man, as hairy as I am, the fleas should be jumping all over me. But the cat does get treated with flea stuff, so I got to do that. So I think I started doing that since I'm in the mode right now to do that. So I want to thank you all, everybody, to do that. And thank you all for joining my chat. Also, I want you all to cheer up. Put your faith in God. There's a clap out to you wonderful people. And you are the best of the best out there. Remember, you all out there are God's children. God treats us all equal. You're all God's children. No matter if you're black, white, green, purple, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, you're all the same. You still got red blood in you. And if you've done a DNA test, you're going to find out you kin to a whole lot of people that you might not want to be. But God created us, all of us, equal. Because you hate somebody because they either Japanese or Korean or Chinese or Afghan or black, white, men, gay people. God created us all equal. He created the heavens and the earth. Look what's in the heavens. Other planets. UFO. So them UFO that people have been talking about for the last 100 years, those is God's people, His creatures that He made. Just think about it. He created the heavens and the earth. Heavens, you got the moon, you got the Mars, you got the sun, you got the stars. God created all of it. So, you all think about it. Put your faith in God. Don't give up. He helps billions and billions of people all over the world. Sometimes it takes time. Don't give up on God. Change your ways. Because you don't want to go down there to the fireplace. God forgives you. He has the final judgment. Not a judge or a jury. God has the final judgment. Some of you might not believe in God. That's okay. That's your right as a citizen of what country you're in. That's your right, people. So hit the subscribe bell. Thank you folks so much for being here on my YouTube channel. So, I want to say God bless you. Do the best you can. Never give up. Like my children had heard this story in elementary school. I've heard it. You probably heard it. About this choo-choo train that said, I can't make it up the hill. And the person told that train, said, yes, you can. Just say, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Then it gets louder the closer the train made it to the hill. That's about the same thing. I know you can do it. Just say, I think I can. I think I can. Before you know, you're up there where you want to be. God will help you get where you go. God wants you to preach to people. I know people, when they go to church, they believe in God. As soon as they walk out that door and get outside, the devil's back there to grab them again. That's not believing in God 24/7. So there's people out there that the devil got their claws into. So I'm not a preacher, but I was certified as a preacher to, I'll forget that church where you can go online. I can't remember what it was, but I want to say God bless you all. Thank you so much. And you're the best of the best people of the world. So I love you. And I'm going to know I'm going to be tired as hell. Because I guess I put all the blankets and sheets over there on the chair. And all that. And I got to take my mattress out there in the hallway and unzip it and take it off. And get the other one out and put that on. I'm going to be tired because that means I get everything out there. I'm going to have to really clean, sweep, mop, defect everything, and spray poison around after it dries. You know, stuff like that. So thank you all. You're all awesome people today. God bless you all.